Hey everyone, hope you're well. Top 5 reasons why you can be fired or laid off. Before starting this video, I would like to tell you guys that I don't intend to scare anyone. Given the current layoff scenario where companies are firing left, right, and center, which in many cases might be a result of bad planning and forecasting exercise, I figured to give my insights which can sincerely help you and course correct if required. As at the end of the day, it affects employees much more as compared to the organization. Thus, it is important to carefully understand your joining and appointment letter and have certain clauses in them to protect your interest. I will add the link to those videos in the YouTube description. Point number one, your ROI cannot be calculated. One of the reasons why you can be fired or laid off is that for a few functions in the organization, you can calculate the ROI very easily. For instance, salespeople are generally evaluated upon the revenue and number of deals they have closed, the number of enterprise clients they have onboarded. Talent acquisition team in a similar way is generally evaluated upon the number of positions they have closed, the turnaround time or TAT they took to close these positions. But for other functions, it is difficult to arrive at a definite ROI because they are more general in nature. For instance, I used to work as a chief of staff at multiple companies. Startups are stable, and generally, in chief of staff role, you're like an extension of your CXO, a right hand person to your CEO. You are a person with generalist skills and manage multiple inter-department projects on his behalf. There is generally no revenue or cost related KPI or any other quantitative KPI attached to you. Particularly for this role, your performance is very subjective and ultimately gets down to your CXO's opinion about you. I believe, particularly in a time of mass layoffs, this might not be a very good role to be in, as this is a senior or a high cost role to the organization with no concrete definition of how your value is defined quantitatively. Point number two, you rank at the bottom, particularly for roles like sales and talent acquisition, on which I just spoke about. Your ROI is fairly easy to calculate. It might not bode well for you if you consistently rank among the bottommost in your team. Irrespective of why you are there, you must take immediate cognizance of this. Identify the top 5 improvisations that you should work upon as soon as possible and start implementing it. Time plays a very important role as you need a little bit of forecasting and improvisations before you are in the pit. When you are going down the dark road as opposed to when you are already there, that's when the forecasting and improvisation must begin. Point number three, your manager does not like you. In my opinion, many a times people are being laid off even though they are good performers in their respective functions because their immediate managers or key people in the organization do not like them. Human beings, by their very nature, like to engage with people who affirms their own thought process and personality. Technical skills can always be taught over time, but interpersonal skills or a good professional relationship between two people can never be taught or forced upon whatsoever. On a broader company level, 360-degree feedback looks awesome, but at a team or an individual level, it does not hold. You would meet very few in your professional or even your personal life who likes you even though you are in stark contrast to them. My video on how to handle a toxic manager might help in this regard, and I will add the link to the same in description. Point number 4, your role is very operational. If your role is very operational in nature and you're drawing a competitive salary as compared to your peers, you can always be replaced by a person with less salary. To give you an example, if you are drawing 5 lakhs in a year and your job is completely operational, let's say of a data entry person, calendar management, given the current unemployment all around the globe, you can easily be replaced by a much cheaper resource. You should figure out a way and ensure that your role cuts across multiple functions within the organization so that your absence affect multiple departments, thus making you a non-negotiable value adder to your company. Also think outside your immediate role and see if you can slowly, in a stepwise approach, take something more strategic to the company. Point number 5, you work at a lala or a family driven company. How do you define a lala company? I'll tell you my views on it. I will define a lala company where there are no structure or HR related processes, where even post all these processes are founded, it ultimately comes down to one man in the company who claims himself to be a one man army, where management is often rude or abusive to the employees. A few lala companies might not be a bad company to work for, but we must be extremely careful while joining this culture. Many a times, the work environment in such a company would be the epitome of volatility and mental agony that you could go through. They might make you feel very important and very welcome, but only till the time you join the company. Watch my videos on top 5 things to consider while choosing your next employer for more details. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. If this video helped you and motivated you, share the same in your network and follow me on YouTube and LinkedIn for more such content. Thank you.